Hey everyone, this is Cyndi at an open door. It is March 23rd, 2026. It is the hour we have labeled where the rubber meets the road, where we take a pointing from A Course in Miracles and we talk about it and talk about how we can use it. I'm having a really in the moment experience with what I'm about to share. And there's an understanding that instead of considering this hour a conversation, we consider it an opportunity to practice. And with that in mind, if you want to just take a moment to sink in and allow something about the world that you are responding to as if it's real to just come to mind, it'll be very useful. If you take just a moment now and sit with something in the world. For me, I have two other examples because I literally wrote out a step by step here, and I'll talk about those. But the most recent is a text exchange with my sisters right before this meeting, and she's not capable, and dad's confused, and those that type of thing. Um, so this sense of how real and all that feels and how there needs to be a response and whatever is here. So I'm offering that into this hour. Spam, just try to call twice. Um, so if you want to just bring something to light, that's very useful. So let's play a song. We're going to start with Holy now. Yeah. And then I'll read what's next on my literally it's scripted. I just sat and it all came. So we're going to do it the way it's scripted. We're going to start with Holy now. Yeah, here we go.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath to be a world half there, heaven's second rate hand me down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Testament, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second rate hand me down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Okay. So one of the things I've really been noticing here is how there's a sense that I could agree with the teachings and yet still respond as if the world is real and can attack me, right? And the decision has dropped that that's no longer acceptable. Like the time has come to stand still in the truth is true and allow that to affect the dream here anyway. So I just wanted to say that. So again, this idea, whatever it is, whatever part of your world, subtle or otherwise, that feels like is hitting you, like the world is real and you have to respond to it from that place still, you know, hold it lightly. Like don't look for the just okay. So there's only one line from this section. I put it in the email. I thought I was going to study the whole section, but it's really just this line. So I'm going to read it twice. Couple sentences. Salvation is a paradox indeed. What could it be except a happy dream? For you are asked but to forgive all things that no one ever did. You are asked to forgive all things that no one ever did, to overlook what is not there, and not to look upon the unreal as reality. Salvation is a paradox indeed. What could it be except a happy dream? Because I know Chuck likes it, or at least that's what my mind says. There's a chill running up my body somehow. Yeah. What could it be except a happy dream? For you are asked but to forgive all things that no one ever did, to overlook what is not there, and not to look upon the unreal as reality. Okay. Okay. So what's next? I'll tell you what's going on here are these several workbook lessons. I am the light of the world. Lesson 61, 62. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. So here we have all I'm being asked to do for salvation is to forgive. In these workbook lessons, just the title, I'm being told that once I forgive, I'm going to bring peace, not just to my mind, but to every mind. So, what is forgiveness? Now, again, not asked to um, just report what we know, but to really, are we doing it or are we allowing it to be done in every given moment? That's the question. Again, what's going on in the world right now, in your world, right? So I have a function. It's very clear. The course says, whatever it is I am, I have a function. And my function is to forgive. So what does that mean? Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. This gets really interesting, right? It's just a simple enough statement, though the system keeps playing like it does. But first, I want to say something that I don't hear us talk about much. It doesn't say, it doesn't say that the bad thing my brother did to me didn't occur. It says that what your brother did to you has not occurred. Spending a lot of time with Joel Goldsmith. On page 179 of The Infinite Way is this line. It must be understood that there is no more reality to harmonious human existence than to discordant world conditions. What I thought my brother did to me did not occur. Period. There's no judgment in that. There's no, well, I like that this person called and told me I was beautiful. So I can accept that that happened, but blah, 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 right? So this is where I wrote originally, take a break and ask everybody to come up with an example. So I'm going to give you two examples from just the last couple of days, not including the one I just gave you at the beginning that just happened, because you know what? I have noticed that the quieter I get, the more I see how the Cyndi character is responding to the dream or the world, whatever you want to call it, as if it's real, which really just means I have an infinite number of opportunities to practice, which is kind of cool. So the two examples I'm going to give you, because they've already kind of working on resolving themselves. Saturday, for reasons I don't understand, I looked in the mirror while I was brushing my teeth and decided my teeth were falling out. I don't like, and it activated an ego attack. That's what I call them. All of a sudden, this intense fear arose. My body's falling apart. I'm getting old. My gums are like, I don't even know, because literally they weren't even bleeding. It was just, that's example number one. Example number two, I don't spend much time with the news, but I do read the headline. Like I get the Yahoo announcements, and this morning, somehow the way it was written, there were two lines. The first line said, that there was an accident and LaGuardia Airport was shut down. A Canadian plane and a fire truck hit. The second line, right after that, because I'm just reading headlines, was that ICE agents are starting to flood the airports to take over security. Somehow, reading those two lines back to back created this fear thing in me, like the world is going to shit, whatever. I didn't even spend much time thinking about it. I'm just reporting the reaction. Okay, so I'm just putting it out there. I'll tell you. Okay, all right. What's next? So what do you do? So here you're seeing all the time that we're responding as if the dream is real. We're being told that our function is forgiveness. Forgiveness is accepting that what our brother did, right, wrong, or indifferent, that everything in the world didn't happen. Everybody with me so far? But we continue, the dream character continues to respond as if it did. So what do you do? From the point of view of the separate self, there's nothing to do. It's so interesting. So God takes the final step. That's we give our willingness for this essentially. God takes the final step. That's the teaching in the course. The tone does the work. That's the guides um, on the instruction on what is forgiveness towards the end. This is what we read. Forgiveness is still and quietly does nothing. It offends no aspect of reality. So we're not pushing against anything, right? Nor seeks to twist it to appearances it likes, so there's no control. It merely looks and waits and judges not. He who would not forgive must judge, for he must justify his failure to forgive. But he who would forgive himself must learn to welcome truth exactly as it is. Chills again, Chuck. Do nothing then, and let forgiveness show you what to do. Do nothing then, and let forgiveness show you what to do through him who is your guide, your savior and protector, strong in hope and certain of your ultimate success. He has forgiven you already, for such is his function given him by God. Now must you share his function and forgive whom he has saved, whose sinlessness he sees, and whom he honors as the Son of God. The key that I want to highlight: let forgiveness show you what to do through him who is your guide. Let forgiveness show you what to do. All right. So my examples. I looked in the mirror Saturday, and for reasons, whatever, I don't know. My gums have been receding since my 20s. So the idea that all of a sudden, Saturday night, it created a interesting, intense response. I brushed my teeth and then I sat on the couch, and for about an hour, I let the fear rage. Now, I've, for reasons I don't understand, so I'm being careful here because I don't think there is a specific practice. It's literally you let forgiveness show you, you let the guide tell you what to do. For whatever reason, it's taken me years, and now it's a key part of my resting practice. I have all the Course in Miracles lessons memorized. I repeat them in my mind when fear hits, I repeat them in my mind during the course of the day. And when I've noticed that thoughts are ranging, some of them just show up. But for about an hour, I think I cycled through it 3 times, and I let just the energy. I didn't whatever. I didn't spend time thinking about it. I just let whatever fear, the belief in the body range, right? And then I went to sleep, and I think I slept fine. Sunday, it was interesting because it was during the Awakening Together homily. I literally, no thought, no thought. And it rained all day yesterday except for this 15 minutes. I put my headphones on so I could take Shauna with me. I got my shoes on, my coat. I walked over to Walgreens. I spent $100 on an electric toothbrush. I literally, and some special toothpaste, but there was no thought. There was no, I have to fix this problem. I just watched myself do it. I have the best time. Like I've already oh my God, I've never owned an electric toothbrush, but there's no judgment there. That's just what happened. Example number two, I, um, I read those news reports, um, and, instead of and I just sat and I started to do the guides. Word, I am word. I am word through this fear experience. I am word through um, the accident. I am word through whatever. I just worded for a few minutes and went through the guide's intonation. And again, I didn't consciously say every time fear hits, I am going to use what I taught from the guides. That's just what came up. As far as this thing, the texting exchange with my sisters, which actually happened while I was preparing for this, what I found myself doing was grabbing the infinite way and reading the section, that whole kind of section, that points to the fact that the world isn't real and it's a mesmerism. I just read it and then I continued preparing for this class and sort of watching it break. It's continuing, the texting is still coming and stuff, but watching it sort of break up, and we'll continue to work on it. So the key for me, the key pointing is, for me, the key aspect of this is that it's not the same thing. Like I have people come to me and say, when fear hits, what do you do? Like you do this and then you do this and you do this. For me, it's I accept that the truth is true, and then I offer it up and I wait for guidance. And it's going to look different for me anyway. It's it, everything's going to be there. The other thing is the decision that the course is true. And so it means that none of this is happening in reality. It's all just an opportunity to, well, the way I put it now, because of the guide's teaching, is I'm choosing to be part of what is creating the new human instead of part of what is feeding the fear. And so that's that's how my saying yes to facilitating this class has arisen in me. It's extraordinary. I am so grateful and I'm so looking forward. I don't know, Andrew's not here. So do I just call on Richard or should I wait for a hand to go up? Did I just say that? Hey, Rona.
I'll give you a hand. We'll let Richard contemplate and meditate so the wisdom, comes through when it's ready to come through. Oh, I couldn't have asked for a better topic today. I think one of the components here that I'm seeing is forgiving myself for continuing to believe that the world is real. Not only forgiving the seeming other and the circumstance and the situation, but kind of getting even beyond that and saying, forgive me for again getting caught up in the world of illusion. And so the sentence, forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did never occurred. So if I was going to teach myself and I'm willing for correction, the basic idea here is, yeah, there's these bad things and there's circumstances, but in truth, none of this is real. This is just a dream. That's what I'm feeling. So, I mean, I may be missing a nuance. So that's why I'm putting it out there. It's like just to get back to, oh, yeah, I'm projecting this. This is, I asked for this to happen, whatever this is, and it's like, oh, okay, let's get back to truth for a second, you know? And it's like, and what came to me as you were speaking, Cyndi, it's like, oh yeah, it's one thing going on, with all its little aspects and tendrils. It's just one thing going on. And for me to get upset about one small aspect about what's going on is just crazy. And, I've been responding to the dream as if it's real for a couple of days. And I've done all the footwork that I can do in this physical world, and I have to wait. I have to wait till a doctor or a nurse gets back to me about filling a prescription. And may I tell the story?
Oh, of course.
Okay, thanks. So on March 10th, I started this process for a medication that needed to be refilled that we get, refills 6 months at a time. So whatever, right?
Is
So
it for you or your daughter?
for my daughter, it's the one that makes her loose enough for me to sit her in a chair and, caregive and all that. And so I started the process 2 weeks ahead of the time. I sent a message through the portal. I heard nothing. I called the pharmacy, they called the doctor, heard nothing. I called the doctor. I called the doctor Friday and I said, according to the bottle, she's going to be out of this today. We will get back to you today. And nobody got back. Here's my honesty is like, I always have a little bit of this on the side in case this ever happened. So I have enough to get her through tomorrow when we go see this doctor in person for a 6-month med check follow up. But they don't know that. Richard, I see you laughing. I kind of feel like I'm doing a fifth step. That's the truth. But really, what's bugging me more than anything else, and I feel like I want to cry, is that they wouldn't give Kylie's medicine attention. It's so important in this world. And so that's why I come here every day and I read something every day and I share as honestly as I can every day because damn, this feels real. And there's like fear. Like this is the fear, right? What happens if you don't have her medicine? And here it is. Well, it's not even true because she does. I got some chick tucked away. I'm just a crazy human, everybody. But
Yeah.
I can make a turning point, right? I can make the turn, which is what I've been trying to do it all morning. Julie and I were in a meeting together earlier, and I shared honestly about what's going on. And really, I'm not mad at these people. I'm like mad at having to wait. Rona shouldn't have to wait. Who shouldn't have to wait? Who the hell is Rona? And that's where this is bringing me now. It's like, what's the truth here? And it's a wonderful example of an opportunity to use real life situations to see how forgiveness works. And I've put my hand on my heart a couple of times and sat with it a couple of times. But I'm just grateful that I have somewhere to share this because it's kind of eating my lunch
Well,
a little bit. So I'm done.
do you know what's coming up for me? There's
Mm-mm.
a lot of things, and uh, I like that I reached out. We're going to talk after this.
Right.
But not everyone here was there, but for those of us who are taking true meditation, and you were there on Friday, Alice told us a story about needing to wait in a doctor's office and feeling very, very angry, and then in those 2 or 3 hours or whatever it was, doing the practice, which feels like what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm right in the middle of doing the practice. I'm right here, right? I'm willing.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm holding for you right now is the understanding that there is this turnover where there is this collective consciousness. And even though it feels like it's personal, like I heard you say, oh, I'm so mad that I'm still dealing with this human shit, like feeling like the world is real. There's an understanding here that we're doing the work for the entire collective. So it isn't surprising that we keep getting caught. It's not personal. The feeling, the feeling like it's happening to us every time we stand still and go and shit, we're healing it for the entire collective, not for the individual story, if that makes sense. So it doesn't surprise me. Like I'm not beating myself up because I had this massive ego storm about some sort of, false thing that my teeth were falling out. It was intense for a while. Yeah. I love you. I love that we're doing this. Should we let Julie talk?
Hey everyone, I agree with Rona. It's so good to be here. And when you said, Cyndi, about, let's just talk about things that have come to us in a couple of days, I was like, oh my God, I'm in the right place. Like Rona, I shared in our meeting earlier, as you know, we're in the process of, we just put our house on the market on Thursday. So, we've had people look at it and we had an open house. And I've had a lot of people say, oh, it's going to sell quick. Well, we didn't get any offers yet, so it's not moving fast in Julie's world. And then, um, and then I take it personally. Well, they don't like my house, and and that's where I have to like, okay, Julie, you're getting way over there. It's not about your house. It's and I do pray to God, please send me the family that's going to fit this home, that's going to be perfect for them with lots of love and fun memories. And I know I keep on hearing Richard, it's already happened, and all that, which is grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm learning all these gatherings we have that continue to help me with this, but I am still that human. And then when you talked about the TSA agents, okay, so last night I woke up 2 hours after I went to bed and I shouldn't have read what I read. That's a mistake I read. And it said that about the TSA agents coming to the airport. And I'm supposed we have to fly home back to St. Louis April 8th to meet my grandson and also check on the home. So then I'm going way, 2 weeks away, and I'm going way there. Like, oh my God, the TSA agents, am I going to be able to hold, keep my lip, not cuss them out and all that? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Julie, stay in today. And I did pray for this administration, especially the president, last night because of this. And I'm so grateful that I did. And I worked on that forgiveness. I didn't, I'm still learning about the forgiveness. But when I did that and I was calm and I worked on my breathing, I was able to go back to sleep. And it was like this peace came over me. I was like, that's what this is all about. What you guys are telling me. It's like, okay, Julie, stay present, stay in today. And these fears are just fears. They're not real. And the house is already sold. This is my, reality. And and I want to thank you, Cyndi. I bought the book, Disappearance of the Universe, and it is really helping me. I think I have to read it more during the day though, because I read it before I go to bed, and half the time I'll, so I need to maybe read it more during the day. But it is very helpful for this course. So thank you,
It's
whoever
an, it's
recommended
an,
it. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
it's an easy book to read. Can I
Yeah.
give you one shift in
Yes,
perception?
yes, you sure can.
Play with, you can pray, you can do whatever you want, but instead of praying to have your house sold,
Okay.
finding the right people, ask to be shown how you could use this moment to heal your mind.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
The,
yes, I totally.
the turning things around to understand that the only thing the world is doing is the world based on this teaching is a projection of the unhealed mind.
Gotcha.
So it isn't from that standpoint, it's just a mirror, it's just a reflection. So everything is an opportunity to heal the unhealed mind. And the house not selling, the issues, not agreeing with my sisters, the fear about our health, our grandkids, our children, whatever it is, every single one of those things or our thoughts about them are all simply opportunities for us to look at where we're believing there's an outside world that can take our peace away or attack us.
Thank you.
So even if the house never sells,
Mhm.
want peace
Yes.
above all else. So do you see? You could feel the
Yes.
shift. Like there's another chill.
Yeah. 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 Oh, I feel the chill too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Josephine.
Well, First, I want to respond. Last Friday, Cyndi, when I was angsting about what was happening, you said that you looked upon it with a different perspective, and it brought to my mind the different perspective, and it did help. The perspective that Wapnick often teaches, and what I did was I asked the Holy Spirit to help me see it another way, and it was very helpful. It did. Um, right now, I'm grappling with the need, as you pointed out, to function on this plane, uh, all the while seeking to internalize and know the truth, which is the world is not real. And that's a contradiction that even Alan Schuckman had to deal with when she said, "I know this is all true. I know the course teachings are true. I just don't believe it." So it's grappling with both. I thought of Wapnick again when he said, "I have a headache. It's like your teeth are falling out. Um, I feel that it hurts. I know it's not real, but it hurts." And so he says, "Go take the aspirin. Just know it isn't real." So, how to internalize that knowledge to the point where then the Byron Katie teaching comes to mind. So, when the ants are crawling up your leg, or when you just laugh and know that it's not real and you don't feel it. So it's really, and again, what you're saying, you have to work with changing the mindset so you don't sell the house, but it doesn't it it doesn't terrorize you. It doesn't put you into a frightening, or whatever. Um, if I see the world burning, uh, I know it's not real. And I ask Holy Spirit, help me see it another way. And then work on the internalizing of truth and understanding why I'm here. And then you go to radical forgiveness. Understand that even the negative that you feel is hurting you is not. And it may be a lesson, a lesson for you to learn to see it differently. So again, I thank you, Cyndi, because a different perspective does help. And I continue to deal with why I'm here is because I don't yet believe it, but I will try.
A couple things came up while I was listening to you. You said it may be a lesson. The Course teaches that all things are lessons. The shift is the significance between those statements are very, very important. There are no exceptions in these teachings. So it's kind of cool that you said it may be a lesson. And the course states all things are lessons that God would have me learn. The second is a suggestion to watch how often the mind generalizes and choose to take it to the minutia. Also, a line, that word from the course. Take it to the minutia. So when the mind wants to say the world is burning, which was a generalization, sit and look at what in the news or what in your life is bugging you right now. The one thread that's bugging you right now, and let it come up and bring the one thought, the one news thread, or the one pain in my wrist, or the one, the doctor won't call. Take the one storyline and bring that to the forgiveness practice. Don't let the mind tell you that the world is burning. Instead, go, My head hurts so fucking badly I can't see straight, and bring that to the forgiveness. Then the forgiveness might say, oh, and once the fear of that or the anger of that is gone, then take the aspirin. And it's useful to pull the anger, the fear, the judgment out of it, either before or after or while you're doing it. But the more you can practice with the minutia, the more effective these teachings become. Does that make sense? Yeah. At least that's my experience. I've gotten, I hear Richard in my head often saying that's what works for me. Hey, Regis.
Hey, Cyndi. Yes, Richard, I love that. And that's what works for me. Yeah, I'm gonna print that out. Hang that on a couple of mirrors. Thank you, Richard. And thank you, Cyndi, for reminding me of Richard's words. So I'm gonna follow. I have so much bubbling up. I don't think y'all ever seen me cry. I just feel like I'm about to cry. Uh, but and that's not a problem for me. you know, but it, this is very powerful. So I'm gonna follow Cindy's format first. I got a lot to say about a lot of things, but which is to share some personal stories. And so three comes to mind. She asked for two, so we'll see how that goes. so so I put a couple of things in the chat, and most of them are notes to myself, uh, so I wouldn't forget. But in everybody's presentation, whether it's my teeth falling out, or they won't call me back and fill my prescription, or how these people viewing my house, do they like it? Don't they like it? Will they buy it? Will I have to drop the price? Will I get more than I thought I was going to get for it? Whatever, I'm hearing my value is not being upheld. My value is, you can say my value is being threatened, my value is under attack, my value is not being validated. The course says this is a required course. What makes it a required course? I'm here. Period. You are here. Everything else is the course. It's, as Cyndi just said, everything is a lesson. Um, so, you know, I value, I'm gonna have, I'm buying into the valueless. Everything is showing me. So the headline, so first story, just like Cyndi, you see a headline. Oh, now they're bombing over here. Now they're bombing over there. Oh, this is the end of me. You know, I'm not going to grow old and die. I'm not going to die with a heart attack or cancer or diabetes. I'm just going to get blown. So, you know, my value, uh, the relationship comes to an end. Oh, I'm not worth fighting for. She's wanting me to fight for her, and I'm sitting here fantasizing that she's going to come for me. Show me that I'm valuable, that I'm worth it. Um, some guys stopped by yesterday unexpectedly, doorbell rang, and that's fine with me. You know, I'm always ready. It don't matter. I'm just here. I invited them in. We sit down and talk. So they're taking a path. They want me to join them. We're doing this. It's going to be great. And you know, they do what people do when they're trying to convince you to join them with something. They talk like people talk, and I'm just like, I'm not for it or against it, and I have no sense of urgency. That's all I can tell you. you know, you know when, uh, but there's that undercurrent still there. Like If I'm not all in, am I less valuable to them? Do they still love me, like me the same if I'm not all in with their ideas and their schemes? I can feel that undercurrent still running under there. Nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Here lies my peace. Richard, that's what works for me. Here lies my peace. Um, I always have, and in a minute sitting and start reading this, anytime I hear the word forgiveness, it's letting go. I hear letting go. If you just change, letting go is my function as the light of the world. What am I holding dear? The course for me don't teach me, oh, this not real, that's not real, this not real, that's not real, your breath not real. It just teach me, what am I holding dear? What am I holding so close that it can rob me of my peace and my happiness in a moment? Not don't have to be for all day, even for 30 seconds. And so a lot of these things it's just a matter of seconds that, oh, is this the end of me? Is the war gonna kill me? Uh, it ain't all day. It's just I sense it, and the only thing I can do is let it go. I don't even have to pray for the president so that he'll make a better decision so that I can live. you know, I can just let it go. And that's what works for me, uh, showing me what I value. And so this thing that Cyndi started out with is very important. And Regina taught me this, I don't know how many years ago. I don't know if it was before Awaken Together Sanctuary was open. But she said this so many years ago that all the time now it's just running together. I don't know how far back it was, but she said this for so long. She take a compliment and a criticism the same. It sits with her the same. There's no good and bad. And what's coming up for me is I'm noticing, oh, I do buy it. We think the bad stuff is bad, but I'm noticing how I buy into the compliments, into the good stuff. Oh, I love you, Regis. I like you, Regis. I want you, Regis. Because when they withdraw that I like you and that I want you, it sinks my ship. You just sunk my battleship. Just like that. Now you see me, now you don't. And oh, my value is under attack. Oh, it's breathtaking. They don't see my emergency. They don't see that I really need this and I need it now. They're not hearing me. I'm not valuable enough for them to take action. And so as this contemplation started in this hour, I have really just like in a flash, just seen the attachment to what we call the good and how that's just as big of a hook as what we call the bad. We used to say in the Southern gospel church, I don't know in other areas, they probably say there where the world didn't give it and the world can't take it away. This joy. So this peace that we like to say we engage in, this happiness that we like to say we engage in, this joy, as the song say, this joy I have, the world didn't give it to me and the world can't take it away. Oh, can it? Question. Can it? Oh, I'm so peaceful and happy today. Okay, are you? Can a news headline take it away? Can my wife leave and take it away? Can the pharmacist not listen to me take it away? Can the mailman not dropping off my important piece of mail today take it away? Can it? So it's a beautiful contemplation, Cyndi, and a beautiful question. And I mean, I just feel like water can just burst out of my eyes right now. I feel it so full, you know, the freedom of it, of letting go of my value in the valueless. So, how attached am I to this Regis, this appearance, this persona, all that people see and think they see when they see him, and all that I think they see when they see me? Oh, yeah, I have to often, a couple of times a year at least, forgive myself for growing old, of course. Am I losing value? Oh, I have to say affirmations. I still look good enough to do what I want to do. I'm still young enough. I'm still the perfect age to be what I want to be, to do what I want to do, to have what I want to have. Oh, I have to challenge the present because this body, Cyndi said something very important. She noticed it really wasn't her, but the body was going to the store. The body was buying toothpaste. The body was buying the electric toothbrush because the body is supposed to have self-preservation. It's just doing what it do. We think we're telling it to do. No, the body is going to protect the body. If I toss a ball at John and he catch it, I didn't tell him I was going to toss it. I just said, just threw it at him. He catch it. We'll say, good catch, John. It's not good catch, John. It's like good protection, John. John didn't catch the ball because he wanted to show how good he can catch. He caught the ball because he didn't want to get hit with it. The body put up the hands. The body caught the ball. And that's what, so it's a required course. I'm here. I don't have to be all dismayed and tensed out because the body's doing what the body do. The body, if you read the course, the body was made to fear. The body knew when it came here it was going to die. That was all part of the agreement, that it will not remain in this form. So we can sit back and we can relax. And I'm not talking about close your eyes and take a deep breath. I'm talking about your whole life can be one breath in and one breath out. I'm not attached to it. I'm not holding it dear. I'm not valuing the valueless. It's okay. And I'm not doing anything wrong because I'm here. It's a required course. All right, I'm complete.
I will not value the valueless. I've heard that before. Thank you, Regis. Hey, John.
Hey everybody, Regis. Well, you know what I really love about you is it's always a smile and a laugh and a chuckle at the end of a little paragraph or sentence, and it just fills my heart with joy. You can talk for half an hour, but it's peppered with a friendliness and a joy and an optimism that you bring to life, and I really want to acknowledge you and salute you for that. It's so beautiful. So it's really you make me happy. What can I say? But I'm also happy to be here today and share my reactions, and kind of speaks to well after what you shared there, it kind of, you stole all my thunder. so so I just really want to say thank you so much. I would say I would say in what I'm hearing, about doctors that originally struck my mind was beware of going to the doctor's office or beware of anything around doctors because we're opening up to reactions that that could be very reactive and nuclear. So so but that's a good thing because it alerts us. It alerts us to what's valuable and what's valueless. Like, oh my God, it's nothing gets wasted in this thing. And like Regis says, I'm not for or against anything. I just got no sense of urgency in it. That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful, man. Am I willing to let go of something that says I got no urgency on this? You know, but he's sensitive enough to know when his values are being violated. Yeah, that can take a look there. And me too, I can do that that's when the anger comes up and reactions come up when my values have been violated, which is nothing more than fear, nothing less than fear. So I really love it. I love to be here. So thank you, Regis. Thank you for all you said. It was so beautiful. And I just got to say one thing: as you were complete, so am I. But I had my hand up anyway, so I thought I'd just say hi to all the people. And one thing in conclusion, the chapter 30 is a new beginning, and Monday is in my book, it's a new beginning anyway. The rules for decision, and I kind of feel rubber hits the road is like a new week. So like this is a high alert, a red alert for what's going on. And one thing about these projections is it's whatever comes up, it is an unconscious reaction because the unconscious speaks first. Like it speaks ahead of the consciousness. It's alerting us to well, my tooth and my fear and my house and my medicine. That speaks loud. It's always online because it is self-preservation. So I may as well figure out, well, if I'm in a reaction, it's an unconscious reaction, and therefore, I got some I got some coursework to do. This is a required course, hey, Regis. I got some more coursework to do. My lessons continue. So I love everybody, and thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you, John. We got a minute or two left, Richard.
Love us all, and happy Monday to everyone, and good luck, Julie, with the house. And in a minute, I can't really share as much as I like, but if the world doesn't exist, guess what? You may don't exist. So that's the hardest thing, and what they said. The hardest thing for course students to accept is that the separate self is not exist in reality. Now, what has helped me to deal with that is to observe the dream from above the battleground. Like I'm watching the movie. I'm watching Richard, and the movie recognized Richard. And Richard's the hero of the dream. And I'm watching the dream unfold, and I'm not identifying as Richard. I'm identifying as the observer, the one son of God or child of God that only exists as the one child of God in the illusion. We're all representations of the one child of God with a different conditioning, manifesting the love that we are in truth as best as we can, moment to moment. So fear is, any fear that arises is the original fear that God will find out we have separated from Him and He will punish us. And that manifests its way in the dream as anything that we fear. That's basically a reflection of the original fear of sin, guilt, and fear. So that helps me understand why I, as Richard, is perishable. And the dream is not real. So whatever happens in the world is because that's what the collective consciousness making appear in the world. Doesn't affect me, the one innocent child of God, which I am, It only affects the dream characters in the dream. And the more I identify as the dream character, the more I'm going to suffer and the more fear I'm going to experience. So if you want to reduce the fear, identify as that one child of God whose mind is now healed because I recognize I never separated from Source, and I'm now extending that love and that knowledge to all my brothers and sisters in the dream, moment to moment. Love us all. Have a great day. Don't
Love.
fear too much.
I'm
That works for me.
gonna stop the recording.